Hey guys, back again for another brand new video. I want to talk about today about the new capo that I've got specifically for this guitar. And I'm using a Shubb, I think it's called C1 series. I don't have the paper in front of me, I didn't think to pick it up, but we'll talk about it. It's the new series with the little roller ball in it. And their claim to fame is that the actual capo, the way it's designed is it presses on the fret just like your hand would, therefore there's no need to retune. And I found it to be pretty true. And I really like this capo. Obviously it's not as convenient as the page capo that I'm used to having. I tried my different page capos on this guitar. It being a wider neck, they didn't really fit too well, and I was having problems with it, you know, clamping down as hard as I would like it to, even when I twisted and adjusted it. So I tried a Shubb. A good friend of mine, Seth Price, recommends a Shubb capo, so I decided I'd get one of these. So we're going to talk about that today. First of all, it's a really nice design, really nicely designed, and it's very popular. A lot of people use this capo. It's got a huge thick rubber piece on it that's very hard to maneuver. I know because I've tried. Look how thick that is, okay? Very thick. So it's a very elegant design, very nice design, nothing really very complicated about it. It's got this little swinging hinge thing that hooks onto the back. But the new design that they've got on this is this little roller ball. Before it was just like a little pointed piece, but it's a roller ball that actually smoothly glides over that little back piece to lock in place. Now as you put it on the guitar, it locks in place like this. And the cool thing is this little extension right here, this little feature right here, it extends beyond, once it's tightened together, it extends beyond, so that all you have to do is kind of use that as a trigger and just pop it right off, okay? The little screw back here is very nice. It's very easy to push, very easy to twist. What they recommend you doing on the paper is tune it, get it centered on about the 3rd fret, I think is what it is, and get it to where all the frets and everything don't buzz on that fret, and then move it around and try to adjust it. In other words, you're going to try to center it between the 5th fret and the 1st fret in the middle, which is the 3rd fret, and you're going to try to get it to sound really good on this one, because once you get it sounding good on the 3rd, chances are it'll sound good on the 2nd, 1st, and then 4th and 5th frets as well. And you can just very finely tune it as you go along. I hardly ever use the 5th fret. I hate using the 5th fret. I would rather just play a C up here, and I don't really care for the 5th fret. Usually about all as far as I go is the 4th fret. So let's go ahead and test this out. Right now my guitar is in tune, and okay, so we have that sound. Let's go ahead and put the capo on the 2nd fret where I had it. Like I said, this is kind of inconvenient having to always put this in your pocket or have a different location. I mean, you could put it up here, but it would rattle, and when you put your guitar in the case, it would fall, and you can't really lock it in place. You don't want to do that. That'll really cause it to damage the strings, maybe even break these strings. So it's just kind of clunky. It's hanging out there. You can't really do anything about it except put it in your pocket. So let's try this on the 2nd fret, and that's another thing, is you really got to be precise about the fret position. And what I usually try to do is I don't want it sticking out of the bottom. I don't want it hanging over the bottom like that, because it really gets in the way of me playing a C chord and all this. I kind of want it to be positioned to where it's hitting the string and maybe just hanging over the edge just a hair. I mean, not too much at all, okay? So we're going to try that. Let's go ahead and put it down here, and I'm going to press it where I need it, and then just take the back of it and just put it in place like that. And it's not very tight, really. I've already centered this and made this to where I need it to be. Usually the two that rattle the most is the D and the G, so I'll try those out and test those out. If there's problems, you don't want to tune it, you don't want to tighten the screw while it's on here. What you'll do is you'll take and pop that off right there, like that, and then you'll twist the screw towards you, because you tune right to tighten it. So it's kind of weird. You usually would want to tune away from you to tighten something, but you got to remember you're tuning to the right. And with your left hand, you're going to be twisting it towards you. So you would twist it towards you and get it to work right on that before locking it back into place. You don't want to do it while it's still engaged. Okay, so this is not bending the strings out of tune at all. I mean, it's not bending them out of position. So let's test the tuning theory here. Let's see if it actually is still in tune. Sounds in tune to me. All right, so let's move it up. Let's go up one fret. Now, as you go up a fret, obviously you're going to see that's going to get a little tighter, but that's fine. You can adjust it to your preferences, and you're going to find it's a little bit tighter. But with that roller ball in the back, it's a really smooth adjustment there. Now, I've got a little bit of buzz there, so I would either want to bring this down a little bit, see if that helps the problem, and it does. I think this guitar may need a little bit of a truss rod adjustment. That's why there might be a little buzzing on some of these, but for the most part, no tuning problems whatsoever. It's really convenient as far as it's not in my way. This little extra, you know, the back of it there, the little lip doesn't get in my way. This definitely doesn't get in my way. It's nice, and especially for a C, you don't want anything back here. It's really aggravating. But my finger can come right and just loop right over that. Very nice, clean sound. Let's move it up a little bit more. Let's go to the 4th fret, down the key of B. No vibration, no buzzing, no tuning problems whatsoever. So this is made to clamp straight down, and with the roller ball, it really helps that accuracy. And I'm not on top of the fret, I am just behind the fret. That's exactly where I've got that capo. See that? It may even be over the fret just a little bit too much on the bottom, so I'm going to back that off just a hair, just slide that over, and now we're right level with the fret, and now it should be perfect. Okay, so now we're in B, no problems at all in tuning. It's hard to find those harmonics after a while. Okay, let's move it up one more to C, which I really don't like doing, but I'm doing it anyway. Trying to get it lined up. Once again, it's a little tighter. No buzzing, no problems. No tuning problems whatsoever. Now, I was having tuning problems at first, but I decided to give it the benefit of the doubt because the strings were a little old. Okay, now if you have old strings, they're not going to stabilize their tuning as much. I changed these to my Elixir strings that I always use. Everybody asks me all the time what I use. I use Elixir Phosphor Bronze Nano Web medium gauge strings on my guitars, okay? On my Martin and on this one, that's what I use. Some people prefer Polyweb, but I like Nano Web the best. It's less obtrusive, and my theory is if you got more, if you have more of a thicker coating between the windings, then it's stretching your string out a little bit more, and it's causing your tuning not to stabilize as much. It might be a micrometer, whatever the smallest measurement is, but still, I don't want to take any chances. I like the feel of the Nano Webs, and that's what I use, and that's what I recommend. Perfectly in tune. If you got new strings, then you're going to have an awesome sound. It's not going to worry about getting out of tune. So make sure if you're having tuning problems, check your strings It might necessarily not be the capo, okay? So let's go down now. Let's move it down. We started at the 2nd fret. Now let's start it down here to the 1st fret and see how the tuning holds. Okay, let's try this out. All right, I think I've got it. Now I've got it over the fret just a little bit, so I'm just going to scoot it. It's very easy to scoot if you need to make an adjustment to. You don't have to always pop it off, put it back on. All right, so perfect. No buzzing whatsoever. So I've got it perfectly tuned to the midpoint of where I'm actually going to be playing the capo. That's what they recommend. Tune it while it's on the 3rd fret, maybe even the 2nd. I think they say 3rd because they go as far as the 5th fret here. So I would recommend the 3rd fret as well. That way it's perfect, and you just kind of tune it if you need to up and down. But this thing holds the tuning very well. I don't have to really fool with it. I set it once, set it and forget it, you know. And as far as the songs I'm doing or whatever I'm playing, it's just random. I don't have any, you know, I'm not playing any standard tunes or anything like that. So this is all random stuff off the top of my head, these licks and stuff. Just noodling around. So that is it for the Shubb capo. It is the C1, if I'm not mistaken. Now this is the standard, okay? I wanted to go for stainless steel, but this is standard aluminum, and it's nice. I would have gotten with the stainless if my local music store had it in stock, but they didn't. They just had the standard, which is still perfect. The only difference is one of them stainless steel, and this is, I think, aluminum nickel plated or something like that. I don't know, but this is the new version. Like I said, the new versions have this little roller ball instead of that little point. They usually have like a little point. They used to. A little point that's kind of made of the same material as this rubber stuff here. So this is the standard version. I think it's C1. Not sure what that means. But this is just the Shubb capo, and I really recommend it. As you can see, maybe it says Shubb right there. Okay, so definitely check it out. As I always do, I have a link below, an Amazon link or a link for shopping. www.ericbeatty.com/shop will take you straight to where you can purchase one of these on Amazon. And we'll also show your support for all I do here on the channel and all I do on the website, which by the way is ericbeatty.com, obviously. So I appreciate your support on that. Please check this capo out. This is a very good capo. I highly recommend it. No tuning problems whatsoever since I changed the strings. Nada. No problems at all on the tuning. So thanks so much for watching. This has been my review of the Shubb C1 capo, I guess when you want to call it, for guitar. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video, whatever that may be. Enjoy playing. Check out bluegrassguitaressentials.com and ericbeatty.com. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. God bless.